5 in a row. They've won 8 of their last 12, and they're 10-11 under Jim Riggleman, and playing good baseball and doing some of those little things to win ball games that they were doing earlier to give a few away.
Well, and that's what it takes. It takes great defense, some pitching, and some offense. We're getting plenty of offense. The guys are really hitting the ball well. Zimmerman last night hits an opposite field home run. It's followed up back-to-back home runs by Adam Dunn, second deck. Then Ronnie Belliard a little bit later in the ballgame comes through. But the biggest hit of the night was by far the triple that Christian Guzman hit later in the ballgame that would score Niger Morgan. He goes all the way to third, a little bit of wave to his buddies. Great defense, as we said before. This is bases loaded, do-or-die play. And there you see Ryan Zimmerman giving up his body for the team. And then a couple of the biggest strikeouts of the night came at the end of John Lannon's performance last night, Bob. And then it was Mike McDougall to close out the show. Take 2 in a row from one of the better teams in your division. Great night for the Nationals.
Mike McDougall has 10 saves now. The Nats have dramatically improved their winning percentage, their runs scored, nobody better. Hitters with runners on base, and they're catching the ball and throwing it well, adding up to an 8-4 record. We're covering the bases with Craig Stammen today, the young man from Coldwater, Ohio, via the University of Dayton. 3-6 with an ERA under 5. He'll make his 15th start, and you'll know more about him shortly. Book your next trip at Southwest.com. In the Fenway type area of Nationals Park, they're poised for a possible series sweep today. The Nats and the Marlins meeting for the 12th time this year. The Nats trying to make it 3 in a row. Here's the Southwest.com lineup for the Marlins. They're 8th in the league in hitting, 5th in runs, 7th in home runs. Dan Uggla 3 for 4 with a homer, 3 RBIs in this series. And going back to their game on Sunday, he's been very, very hot, but hitting only .232 still. Nick Johnson's done a fine job for them. And Craig Stammen has pitched against the Marlins this year at Florida on June 30th. 5 1/3 innings, 4 runs, 3 earned, 7 hits on that day. He'll get a second look at them right here today. And here's Rob with the PNC scouting report.
Well, his last outing was not very good against Pittsburgh. Only lasted 3 innings, 8 hits. So today he needs to stay hungry. 7 2/3 his last couple of outings, not good. That's 2 full starts and 11 runs given up in those 2 starts. That equals 5 previous starts combined over 35 innings pitched. So, Craig, let's get it together if we hope to win 5.
Leadoff hitter Chris Coughlin for the Marlins. He's had a very good series, 5 out of 10. A lot of kids in the ballpark today. It should be a raucous atmosphere. And we're just a little bit late with first pitch, but it's right in there. At 12:36, cloudy skies, 71 degrees. We had some rain overnight and a chance for more. Now the Marlins could stick around for a while. They're only going to Philadelphia on the bus after this game. And the Nats are staying home to host Arizona starting tomorrow night. 1-1 to Coughlin, hitting .268. And a changeup called ball 2 by the home plate umpire Adrian Johnson. Jim Wolf, the crew chief, Gary Cederstrom, and Fielden Culbreth on the bases. A ball ripped to left center. Willingham will not be able to get it. One hops the wall at the Marlins bullpen, and Coughlin continues to function very well as the Marlins leadoff hitter. Willingham, Morgan Dukes, the set outfield. Alberto Gonzalez and Ronnie Belliard up the middle. Christian Guzman has the day off after a night game. Zimmerman, Dunn, and Bard. The Nats are one infielder short with the trade of Anderson Hernandez. We'll talk more about that in a moment. And it looks like the bullpen's about to get shored up a little bit more as well. Here's Nick Johnson. Nick in this series on base 5 times. Nothing new about that. 3 for 8, 2 walks. Off-speed pitch for a strike.
Well, and Bob, left-handed hitters continue to plague Stammen. Coming into today, they were hitting .295 off of him. There's 4 left-handed hitters in this lineup, so he's got to bear down on the left-handed guys in this lineup.
And Nick gets around late for that one, 0-2. What can a right-handed pitcher do to be more effective against left-handers?
You got to pound them in. You got to tie up their hands. Don't throw the 90-mile-an-hour hittable fastball away from them, and then throw breaking balls down or the changeup. He's got a great curveball. Did not use it a lot in Pittsburgh.
Long look at the runner. The 0-2 is on the inside corner. Nick Johnson knew it. He walks away. First out of the game.
Thanks, Nick. Well, as I said, pound the inside part of the plate, and when you have a running fastball like he has today, use it. You throw it at that hip. Watch it break back across for a strike. So Northrop Grumman on the pitch track.
The information systems powerhouse, and here's Hanley Ramirez, who's 2 for 8 in this series, and struck out for the final out of the ball game last night. The double play ball he hit in the 5th inning was key. I've also heard some criticism of Hanley Ramirez base running in the 3rd inning last night when he was at first base with 2 outs and didn't take a very big lead and did not score on a 2-out double.
I wasn't criticizing him.
No, it wasn't.
I think that was good base running. Great job. Don't score.
And the 0-1 to Ramirez.
Where's that pitch?
Up and in, according to Adrian Johnson. The count's 1-1. Looked like an off-speed pitch. Well, 89, that's his fastball.
That's his fastball. It's on the inner half right there, but it runs across the plate. It's not where the catcher catches it. It's where it crosses the plate. Adrian. I second what Howard Johnson says about Adrian Johnson.
Zimmerman deflects it to left field. Willingham will get it back in. Boy, that ball was hanging up. You look at the location of that pitch, and the Nationals are lucky it's not 2-0.
I couldn't agree with you more. You hang a breaking ball like that, usually it leaves the ballpark, but Ramirez hits down on the ball right there and shoots it right through the infield.
Ryan Zimmerman with a headlong dive to his left nearly made a spectacular play, and the Marlins now have runners at the corners with only 1 out. Jorge Cantu, the hitter.
Well, this is what happened in Pittsburgh. He gave up a lot of early hits, threw a lot of hittable pitches. You got to start pitching inside and knocking them, or at least making them back on their heels. When you don't have stuff that you can make mistakes at 95, 96 miles an hour, you'll pay for it. And so he's got to pitch inside.
Runner goes off first. Throw is well short. And on a bad throw by Josh Bard, the Marlins lead, and Ramirez goes all the way to third. That ball was nowhere near making it to second base. That'll be E2 after the stolen base.
Belliard's shaking up on the plate too. I think he got wiped out pretty good. I don't know why you make this throw. He's going to steal the base. You got a guy on third early in the ball game.
And then you would have a choice of whether to pitch to Cantu or not. Now a runner at third base with one out. Marlins have the lead. The Nationals make their 99th error of the year. That ball hit well out in front of Ronnie Belliard. No real way to read that hop. And Stammen's going to give up another run. Morgan will run the ball down. Sacrifice fly, 2-0. Bases empty, 2 outs, and Dan Uggla coming up. We'll check on some game notes. Averaging 7 runs a game are the Nats. Over the last week and a half, Anderson Hernandez is a Met again. That's where he came from for infielder Greg Veloz, and the Nats are recalling Saul Rivera for the bullpen. And since the 1st of July, .280 batting average as a team. Second best in Major League Baseball, so that's over a 5-week period. Uggla takes a breaking ball for a strike. Now because of the error, the Nats have given the Marlins a second run. Unless Uggla gets a base hit here, that would make the run earned. Inside with a fastball, 1-1.
You got to try to minimize the damage and think in your mind, well, if I can't make a perfect throw here, I'll just eat the ball. And it's second and third, nobody scores.
And then if you give up one run on the sacrifice fly, you're okay.
And you'd have a guy on third with 2 outs right now. Keep it simple. Fundamental stuff win you a lot of ball games.
One and two, target away. Uggla chops one foul.
Well, this is the same thing that happened yesterday with Nigel Morgan not hitting the cutoff man. 2 runs ended up coming in. And so 1 run comes in on the throw, 1 goes over to third, sac fly. It's 2-0, top half of the first.
No swing, says Jim Wolf. Ball 2.
See if he goes on the swing.
That was
Looks
close.
like he broke that plane to me.
Tight, ball 3. Catcher John Baker, another left-handed batter next for the Marlins. Stammen does get Uggla that time. He was walking to first base like he'd walk, but he knew he struck out. The Nats give a run away, and the Marlins get 2 in the first. 5th in the league in batting average, 8th in runs, and 9th in homers. The Southwest.com lineup. Ryan Zimmerman's been ridiculous lately. Along with that slugging percentage and 7 home runs, 15 RBIs in those 12 games, batting an even .400, elevating his average up to .293. Guzman is not in the lineup today, so Ronnie Belliard hits second against Chris Volstad. The Marlins' 22-year-old right-hander from Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, right up the road from their ballpark. Nyjer Morgan in this series, a couple of runs scored. He's 1 for 6. Been on base 3 times. Tied with Ryan Zimmerman in hits with 122. 10th in the league. Here's another one of those basketball frontline pitchers Rob was talking about. 6'8", nearly 230 pounds, Volstad. And Morgan flips one foul left field side.
PNC Bank scouting report coming up. Too many walks, too many home runs. 10 in the last 10 starts equals 34 runs. That big angle as Bob talked about.
Morgan on a bunt. Volstad plays it well and throws him out.
And he worked with Hall of Famer Jim Palmer on repeating his delivery an awful lot. But 22 home runs, Bob, in 22 starts coming into today. Way too many. He only gave up 3 home runs last year in 84 innings. That's 14 starts. So he's given up a lot of walks and a lot of home runs. 8 walks in 2 starts before his last start where he didn't walk anybody. So we can get back in this ball game.
His best game of the year 1 month ago, minus 2 days at San Francisco. A 7-0 shutout on a 5-hitter against the Giants. He went all the way in that game. And against the Nats, he pitched into the 5th inning on April 19, gave up 3 runs on 6 hits. Ronnie Belliard takes a big swing. He's the number 2 hitter today. Ronnie in this series 2 for 5 with a homer and 3 RBIs. He's played a prominent role in both of these wins. Five for his last 11 over 5 games. He jacks one foul as he got a ball inside, and he didn't miss by much doing what he did last night.
Well, he's been a jack of all trades lately, playing third, second, and first base, but at the plate, I think that's a lot of what made Anderson Hernandez expendable is his resurgence with the bat and playing all over the infield.
Yep. And Ronnie's better the more at-bats he gets. There's no doubt about that. Almost any player is. But especially Belliard, who just didn't produce much of anything when he was getting 5-6 at-bats per week. 3-2 with 1 out. Belliard gets a piece of that one for a base hit.
Stay hot.
He saw a pitch up, fought it off.
Did you see the hustle? He ran halfway to second. He's on fire.
Well, I think Ronnie's one of those guys when things are going well with the bat, he's got a little extra skip in that step. Now the Marlins defensively 11th in the league. Cody Ross can play any outfield position. He's in center. Hermida back in right today. And Baker and Paulino, they alternate behind the plate.
Look at him go. I'm going to take second. Okay, I was just faking.
Maybe not.
Get back there.
There's Zimmerman. Don't run yourself out of an inning the way this guy's going.
I like that hustle.
Zimmerman with a base hit to left. Hit number 123 for Ryan. And the Nats are sending a message to the Marlins that we're not going to lay down because you got 2 in the first. Adam Dunn homered last night. He's homered in 3 consecutive games. And here he comes. First pitch after the Zimmerman homer.
First pitch was a running fastball that just isn't coming back.
Yeah, it ran all right. About 430 to right center, maybe more. And Volstad's given up 22 home runs this year, as Rob mentioned. 10 in his last 10 starts. And Dunn's on a hot streak. 6 homers his last 18 games, hitting .383 over that time. Our Brilliant TV technicians would call this a flat lighting day. There's no shadows, complete cloud cover, and the hitters like this. They can see the ball really well out of the pitcher's hand on a day like this, with the batter's eye out there in center field. Day games can be tough this time of the year, just after high noon. Not today. And a 2-0.
So the technicians call it a light
flat. This
flat
is
day?
Flat lighting we have today.
I just call it a dreary day.
Yeah, well, if you win a ball game on a day like this at home, a rainbow will appear over the scoreboard just after the game's over. Changed up on him, 84 miles an hour, and it's 2-1 to Adam Dunn. Dunn, third in the league in homers, 29. Third in RBIs, 81. Third in walks, 80. And the on-base average still up over 400. That's ball 3. And he's a disciplined power hitter who will make you throw strikes. Josh Willingham, he's cooled off a little bit, but still getting a hit per game in this series. Josh, 2 for 8 against the Marlins. It's a 10-game hitting streak for Zimmerman, by the way, with that hit. Adam Dunn swings through another off-speed pitch. And a big pitch early in the ball game right here with the Marlins on the board already. And the Nats trying to answer right back. Dunn takes the walk. Bases loaded. 1 out. Walk number 81. And we've been here before with Josh Willingham and the bases loaded. 10 days ago in Milwaukee, he got Jeff Suppan, and then he gets another one a little bit later on his historic 2 grand slams, 8 RBI night.
I think the second was off of DeFelice, wasn't it?
It was. Here's Willingham. And now Volstad behind in the count. So he gets 2 runs to work with. He's thrown 17 pitches to get 1 out. The base bunch is Belliard, Zimmerman, and Dunn. 2 singles, a walk. Ball 2 inside.
Well, this is one of the things I said what to look for on him. Too many walks, the too many home runs, just equaling way too many runs given up. Got to be aggressive.
Willingham hits a double play ball right to Hanley Ramirez. Inning over. On a 2-0 pitch where the Nats wanted the ball in the air. Volstad escapes.
Second inning, and today we are covering the bases with starting pitcher Craig Stammen. So I asked Craig, describe your personality to us.
I think I'm shy at the beginning when you first get to know me, and then I kind of have a fiery, competitive personality, as you can see when I'm pitching and stuff like that. So, I kind of fool you at the beginning and then, come on strong at the end.
Very laid-back guy from the Midwest, went to the University of Dayton where he was the school's strikeout leader. Bob?
That's a great school with a great athletic tradition. And that ball hit to right. Elijah Dukes comes in to grab it right off the bat of John Baker. So Craig Stammen gets a one-pitch out to start the bottom of the second. He's 25 years of age. Had a birthday March 9th. Hometown Rossburg, Ohio. Born in Coldwater. 12th round by the Nats in 05. And the U of D, not exactly a household name in baseball. Maybe he can change that.
Not so much where you play. If you're talented, the scouts will find you.
Oh, yeah. Target in. That ball down and in. And a foul ball from Cody Ross, who's had 2 hits, a homer in this series, and has a modest 4-game hitting streak with 5 hits.
And look at the kid Vandenherk yesterday. He's from the Netherlands.
They found him.
Yeah, they found him. 5th player since 1900.
Cody Ross is going to go way upstairs to left field with a foul ball. Right to the edge of the upper deck there.
This is a long foul ball. Souvenir for the kids. It's Kids Day here.
Craig has really struggled on the road. Likes it a little better when he's got the ball in his hands to start the game. And Cody Ross listed at 5'10", 194, generating some serious power from that frame. He's hit 18 home runs this year. Stammen's given up 9, and a 2-2 pitch coming. That's outside third for Zimmerman. One other ball game underway, Minnesota at Cleveland. A bunch of day games on this Thursday afternoon. Getaway day for a lot of ball clubs. Some big series coming up this weekend. As I mentioned, the Marlins go to Philadelphia. And they trail the Phillies right now by 6. The Phils are hosting Colorado behind Cliff Lee in a ball game starting in 5 minutes. Milwaukee's at Houston this weekend. The Cubs are at Colorado. The Braves are at LA in this league. And a 3-2 coming. He had him in the hole, and then Craig Stammen walks Cody Ross. First walk of the day. And we're at the top of the hour here in our nation's capital. 12:36 start today. Bob Carpenter, Rob Dibble, Debbie Taylor on Masson 2 as the Nats go for the sweep and the Marlins try to salvage one from this 3-game series.
Not a lot of walks by Stammen. That's good.
Came in with 15 walks in 82 innings.
I'll tell you what's good. We've won the last 3 series and tied 2. So in the last 5, 3-0 and 2.
Nice.
That's what you want to do. Either win or tie series.
Jeremy Hermida 1 for 6 with an RBI. And this speaks to how he is not going well for the Marlins. I don't think I've ever seen him batting 8th. And this guy's a former #1 draft choice. Highly touted for years and years. They kept saying, wait till this guy gets healthy. He's really going to be something. Well, last year he played 142 games and hit .249. Sometimes we scoff when certain publications rate a guy the best pure hitter in any high school in America. Well, that's what he was rated by Baseball America several years ago. All that means is he's never seen a professional pitch at that time.
That's true.
And it really hasn't worked out for Hermida so far with a career batting mark of .267. Out of Atlanta, Wheeler High School, a very talented baseball-rich area that has produced Brian McCann, Jeff Rancour, and many others. Pitch out. Ross holding. He doesn't run much, but the Nats thought Freddie Gonzalez might have a hit and run on here early in the game, already leading by 2. Slapped up the middle for a base hit. It'll be first and second, 1 out with the pitcher coming up. Three hits and a walk given up by Stammen to the first 8 batters in the game. And the pitcher Chris Volstad will be next. He's 4 for 38, but he's a good bunter with 6 sacrifices. Lays off the fastball, up and away. Dunn really getting close at first. Ball 2, same pitch.
Well, he continues to nibble. I said that at the top. You can't nibble in this league or the other league. You have to throw strikes early in the count to get to your out pitches.
Well, this is a man trying to make an out.
I mean, he's giving you an out and you're not going to take it. And even though he's thrown 7 first pitch strikes to the first 9 hitters, he's down 2-0 and struggling in this inning. In his last 4 innings, 4 1/3, he's given up 11 hits. It's just not good. You got to start challenging these guys, knocking them back off the plate to get to your curveball and changeup.
And then Volstad hits the cover off the ball to center field. They hold the runners. Bases loaded for Coghlan coming up. And that sure didn't look like a pitcher who's 4 for 38 this year. That was a major league piece of contact.
No, they know when the pitcher's struggling with his command, and right there Volstad pulls back the bunt and just wails right back up the middle. He hit that so hard that Ross couldn't score.
Yeah. Nigel Morgan had a hard time charging that ball. He had to go to his right to get it. And here's Coghlan, who's been the best Florida hitter in this series.
Here comes McCaddy. I'm sure they're going to have a conversation about what's going on.
So Stammen now in his last 4 1/3 innings has given up 8 runs on 12 hits. And the previous at Pittsburgh, not exactly Stargell, Clemente, etc. with that lineup. And this is a much better offensive team than the one he faced last time and only pitched 3 innings against. Coghlan's hit into 2 double plays this year. But as Rob mentioned, left-handers pretty much owning Craig Stammen right now. Infield, outfield doing a lot of standing around right now. Long inning again. And a ball hit beyond the reach of Belliard into right field. It'll be 3-0 as the merry-go-round is in progress here in the second inning. And Coghlan is wearing out the Nats. He's 7 for 12 in this series.
Well, he gets ahead with a fastball, then he throws a big breaking ball with too much of the plate. Coghlan just jumps all over that. And that will get Logan Kensing up.
And now you have Nick Johnson, who you're going to have to throw strikes to.
Well, and you have to have a game plan, and we've talked about this all year. If you don't come into a game with your own game plan of what you're going to attack the other team with, and you're going to pitch away from your strengths, which is your curveball, you're going to have days like this.
2-0. So now Hermida third, Volstad second, Coghlan at first. They've all hit safely after the one-out walk to Cody Ross. Nick Johnson will lift one out to center field. That'll be another sac fly. The Marlins will lead 4-0, and make it one runner will move up. And they almost got the pitcher doubled off second base.
Right.
Volstad very casual and careless as he sauntered back to the bag. 2 outs.
Well, and a lot of this was set up by the fact that Nyjer Morgan threw it into the cutoff man. Hits the cutoff man gets told by the second baseman Belliard over to second. They almost got Volstad. That's why you do fundamental things, because you almost stole an out right there.
And by the way, Jeremy Hermida had crossed home plate before that happened. That run would have counted had it been a double play. So here's Hanley Ramirez, who singled his first time. A laser off the glove of Ryan Zimmerman. And a pop fly right field, long run for Dukes. He will not be able to get anywhere near that one.
Yeah, that ball not hit as far as I'm sure Elijah thought it was off the end of the bat.
Target in. He didn't get it in there far enough. Now it's 5-0. Another runner heading for third. Coghlan. They'll hold him up. And Stammen has thrown 2 pitches to Hanley Ramirez today that could have easily left the ballpark. That's Hanley Ramirez's first RBI in the series. And he's done. Craig Stammen is done for the day. Jim Riggleman has seen enough. 4 more hits and a walk in this inning after a 2-run, 2-hit first inning. And Craig Stammen's last 2 starts now.
Last 3.
Yeah, well, his last 2 will total 4 2/3 innings, and his last 3 will total 9 1/3 innings combined. Logan Kensing, a former Marlin, trying to quell this uprising in the top of the second. And for Kensing, his 15th appearance as a Nat. Because of some early struggles, that ERA still in double figures, 10+. Second and third, 2 outs. Throws the ball away, 6-0. Josh Bard had no chance. Who kidnapped our ball club, Rob? This is not what we've been seeing lately.
Well, you're seeing some overexposure and some guys that aren't big league ready. But I think that Mike Rizzo, Stan Kasten know what they have to do for next year. Need at least 2 veteran pitchers out there. At least.
I've heard some say they just need 1.
No.
You think
no.
more, huh?
No, you need 2 to 3. And if you go with 2 young pitchers, John Lannon would be one of them.
That ball hit by Cantu, high in the air, out to left center. Niger Morgan has it, and a disastrous second inning comes to a close. The Marlins get 4 and lead 6-0. It's 6-0 Florida. Get your family fun pack tickets. Join us on Sunday. The Diamondbacks will be here. $14 gets you an upper right field terrace ticket. $25 gets you a lower reserve ticket on either side of the ballpark. You get a hot dog, non-alcoholic drink, and chips with each ticket, minimum 2 per purchase. Pre-game autographs on Signature Sunday, and the kids run the bases after the game. Well, the Nats should have been on the board in the first inning. Couldn't get it done. Here's Elijah Dukes leading off bottom 2. Breaking ball by Volstad, who has a new life.
Well, you know, it's the one that got away. Had that Marlin on the hook and let him get away.
Yep. It really hurts because the batter previous to Willingham had walked, Adam Dunn. The count went to 2-0. Josh trying to be aggressive. Didn't get a ball he could drive. He hit a ground ball to the shortstop, inning over, and then the Marlins tack on 4.
Wow.
3-2 to Dukes.
That's a pretty good pitch right there by Volstad. Let's check this out.
Then he has Dukes reaching, and Elijah strikes out. K number 1 for Volstad today.
Well, Elijah is going to get a continuous, steady diet of breaking balls until he shows he can hit them up here.
He's 3 for 19 now in 6 games since coming back.
That was actually, he turned that over. This is a changeup by Volstad. Change up, righty on righty. You don't see a lot of them. I've seen more of them than I saw in my entire career this year. Guys are going with that pitch.
Why?
Well, if you can do what he just did with that, it's unexpected by the hitters, and it's a different wrinkle for him to look at. See, there's the changeup, which is an excellent one, especially with that arm angle. You just don't want to throw 2 in a row or 2 or 3 and 1 at bat. But it's a show me pitch or an out pitch that if you know you can bury in the dirt, it's going to be very hard to hit.
And Bard takes one off the plate inside 1 and 2. Josh is 3 for his last 21. Duke's 3 for 19. So this is a part of the order that needs to get something going. And a take on a pitch low and away. Off speed, 2 and 2.
You know, we've seen more and more front door breaking balls, righty on righty. I mean, guys are doing different things than when I played, and as long as it works.
And then Bard's going to be punched out that he's not happy about it on a pitch he thought was off the plate.
Well, the 0-2 pitch was pretty cool. Got called for a ball. And I think that Josh Bard is saying, listen, if you're going to call that 0-2 pitch a ball, then that was a ball.
This could get interesting if Jim Riggleman sticks around. He's still talking to the home plate umpire and walks away.
Well, that's a pretty good pitch. Either one, the 0-2 pitch or that strikeout pitch. But with Josh Bard, his hands are over the plate, and what he's saying is that was inside on him.
A pop-up off the bat of Alberto Gonzalez. Long run, great sliding catch, Jeremy Hermida. Nats are gone in order in the bottom of the second, and everything is going Florida's way right now after 2. Good defense, solid pitching, great offense for the Fish. They lead by every day of the way the Marlins are going, leading 6-0. Here's our upcoming schedule. The Diamondbacks are coming in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. DC 50 will join us on Sunday afternoon, as well as Mass and HD. Ballister, John Garland tomorrow, Garrett Mott, Dan Herron Saturday. Maybe Jordan Zimmerman and Yusmeiro Petit on Sunday. Then it's off to a 2-game series in Atlanta after finally a day off Monday, and a 3-game set follows that. Actually, a 4-game set follows that at Cincinnati. That would be an interesting homecoming for Adam Dunn and Rob Dibble.
Oh, that's not homecoming for me.
You're identified with the Reds more than anybody else.
Fiddlesticks.
I'll take you to Montgomery Inn and change your attitude. We'll have some ribs. One of the great local institutions there.
It is by far. Those ribs, the meat just falls off the bone.
0-2 to Dan Uggla from Logan Kensing here in the third. He jacks one to right field. Dukes won't be able to get it. That ball will hop to the top of the wall, and the hits just keep on coming for the Marlins no matter who's pitching.
I didn't know I was working with Casey Kasem. The hits just keep on coming.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but it's true.
Man,
7 of them.
What did they have for breakfast?
7 hits out of 14 batters, Rob, plus a walk.
Well, you got to make them a little bit more uncomfortable. Get them back on their heels. Throw your breaking balls away. It's pretty simple, high and tight, low and away stuff. But if you throw too much to the plate, guys are just going to stand in there. And Uggla dove over to get that pitch.
That ball pulled on the ground by John Baker will move the runner over as Belliard throws him out. Next up will be Cody Ross and then Jeremy Hermida. Rockies have a first inning run in their ball game at Philadelphia. Aaron Cook and Cliff Lee throwing. Infield in. The Nats can't afford to fall behind any farther. And a breaking ball low and away to Ross, who walked and scored. That's where Stammen's problems really started in the second. He got a 1-pitch out on a Baker fly ball. Then he walked Ross. 4 hits later, it was a 4-run inning. There's a pop-up. First base side, barred and done. Adam makes the call, 2 outs. It'll be Kensing against another former teammate, Jeremy Hermida. Up the middle. Pitcher couldn't get it with a bare hand. Gonzalez does with the glove, and the Nats escape. A runner at third and a 1 out. A ray of hope on a cloudy afternoon. Pitcher spot coming up first in the third. Book your next trip at southwest.com. Beautiful view of Nationals Park from the river. Right now it's Marlins Day, but Ladies Night is coming up on August 20th. For $30, you get access to the rooftop happy hour and a ticket to the 7:05 game against the Rockies. Happy hour starts at 4:30. Complimentary food and drink, manicure, massages, player appearances, prizes, a DJ, dancing, and more. 202-675-NETS. Visit nationals.com/Ladies Night. Logan Kensing has had 94 major league pardon me, 94 games, 6 major league at bats without a hit. Is a reliever, career guy, hasn't had a chance to swing the lumber a whole lot. And the Phillies have just tied that game in the bottom of the first inning. Marlins don't know who to root for. They're chasing Colorado in the wild card and the Phillies in the divisional race. Florida's 4.5 back of San Francisco, 4 back of Colorado, and 6 back of the Phillies. I guess it's a matter of taking care of your own business, then you don't care who wins the other game. That's in with a little chopper out to short, charged by Hanley Ramirez for the first out. Five in a row for Volstad, going back to the double play ball off the bat of Josh Willingham.
Well, softball hit by the pitcher, charging Ramirez. He flicks it over to Nick Johnson. Pretty good hustle by Kensing.
He may be pitching a while in this game.
Yeah, conserve some energy.
Top of the order, Niger Morgan takes the ball. Tried to butt his way aboard first time, but Volstad got that big frame of his off the mound and threw Niger out.
Well, time to start chipping away at the lead.
Here's your chip away guy with a base hit.
Way too early to think this game's over.
The one thing the big league does is curtail to a certain extent your running game. If Morgan runs, he has to make it to second base. You cannot afford to lose base runners. So he may be stationed over there for a while because Belliard's swinging a hot bat. So is Zimmerman. So is Dunn. 3 very good hitters following here.
Big hole to the right side if Ronnie can shoot it through. Here we see the defense.
Ugla cheating for the double play ball. Nick Johnson holding Morgan. Medium lead for him.
Back. Oh, goodness. I think he got caught looking at signs.
Rob Dibble with the most commonly used word by a first base coach. You know, Morgan doesn't take very big leads when he steals. He's probably 2 feet short of what you would call a good lead. And that's a fastball inside 1-1 to Belliard.
No, you don't want to get picked off right here. Let Ronnie do what he needs to do with the bat.
Doesn't hurt to distract the pitcher a little bit, but you cannot lose a base runner here. Oh, Belliard on a great pick by Cantu. A double clutch by Ugla as Morgan went after him, and the Marlins turn a fantastic double play. Cantu keeps that ball from going into left field, and they've turned 2 in 3 innings.
The Nationals joining us now. Drew Storen, he started this season in Hagerstown, Maryland, and now you're with the Potomac Nationals, and this is your first professional season. Of course, you were drafted by the Nationals in the first round in June. What's it been like being a professional pitcher?
It's a whole lot of fun. It's a little bit different in college, different playing every day, but you know, I've gotten a lot better. It's been amazing how much better I've gotten, and just as a pitcher in the last month, and it's been a lot of fun.
It is really amazing to look at your numbers and know that you have only walked one batter as a professional. What has been the key to your control?
I mean, I've been having good control all year, even in college, and I really try to, just try to attack hitters. I really don't think, hey, don't walk somebody. I really just try to, think of having a hitter. If he's going to beat me, I'll let him put it in play. So I just try to go out there and throw strikes just because I trust the guys behind me.
Is it enjoyable for you to be able to come to the ballpark knowing that Potomac is so close to Nationals Park?
Oh, it's great. It's great. It's great being close to DC too, and being able to come up here and just spend time up here. And it's not so far away. It's not an hour and a half like it was from Hagerstown. So it's nice to come up here and see this beautiful stadium and be able to catch some big league ball at least.
And this team has really improved in the bullpen. And are you looking forward to the future where you can come in and be the closer at the big league level?
I sure hope that works out. But McDougal seems to be doing a good job right now. I love watching that guy. I got to watch him last night in the locker room, and he's a lot of fun to watch. And like I said earlier, this team's exciting right now. And it's a young team, and if Strasburg signs, there's going to be a lot of excitement around there. There's going to be a lot of people coming in here to see him throw.
Okay, thank you so much, Drew. Let's go back upstairs, gentlemen.
Thank you, Debbie Taylor. And we have been so impressed by Drew Storen's attitude. He signed quickly. He wanted to get to work. He's already having great success. And by the way, for you Nationals fans who don't know this, Aaron Crow, who the Nationals did not sign last year, hasn't signed yet with the Kansas City Royals this year. This kid has blown by him in terms of professional experience now. And, Rob, I think it's important for these kids to realize the dollars are going to be there if you're successful, but you're wasting valuable time that can affect your whole career if you're not pitching.
Absolutely, and that knowledge you will carry with you throughout your career. And I know people love to say how good Strasburg is, but I think what you've seen from the battering of the rookie pitchers on the Nationals this year, this league is not that easy. College is easy compared to this league. Minor leagues are easy compared to this league. But when you get here, these are the best in the world. The 750 guys in the major leagues are the best in the world. And to think that you're going to step off a college field, come out here and light it up, please, you're kidding yourself with that.
Absolutely. Well said. But I think that Aaron Crow situation is going to be interesting to keep an eye on.
Well, let me put it this way. He's getting further and further away from his goal of pitching in the major leagues. The longer he waits, because of money. And it's stupidity on his agent's part, his parents and his part, by not recognizing that. You can't get to the major leagues sitting in the minor leagues or in independent ball or thinking about playing in Japan. That's a joke. It's not going to get you here any quicker. Give you a good nest egg, though, but...
Well, you're going to get one anyway.
Exactly.
Bases empty, 2 outs. Logan Kensing has retired 6 of the 7 Marlins he's faced. Unfortunately, he threw the wild pitch that let in that other run. But for the most part, getting the ball game settled down to where the Nats need it. And hopefully the offense, starting with Zimmerman, 1 out from now, can get something going.
When you look at Hochevar, David Price, Phil Hughes, Ian Kennedy, all these #1 guys that were supposed to be, special, well, they're humbled right now.
We talked about the kid on Florida, the position player, Jeremy Hermida.
Yep.
Batted 249 last year when he was healthy. It's not easy. And I'll say one thing, Rob, that you have taught me this year. I've realized now more than ever that all the articles and the clippings and the ratings,
it's tomorrow's fish wrap.
It means nothing until you get here and do it.
And not do it for a month. Do it. I've said this for 10 years while doing other stuff. Do it for 3 straight years. Like Hanley Ramirez. Now you know Hanley Ramirez is a star.
And Ryan Zimmerman.
Ryan Zimmerman's a bona fide star. Some of these other guys, I don't know. And I feel bad. And I really feel bad because there's more internet. There's more everything else. This Matt Wieters kid with Baltimore. I've said this for a while. Leave the kid alone. Let him settle. Let him, take over that role. Quit saying he's the next Johnny Bench or whatever. Let that kid just be himself and develop into a star.
And a ball hit out to center by Nick Johnson for Niger Morgan. Logan Kensing has gotten things done here. Here is a bona fide star. Zimmerman in his 4th full major league season, swinging the bat great, a 10-game hitting streak, and he'll lead off in moments. Teddy Roosevelt, is he going to do it finally in the Geico President's race? For some inexplicable reason, Teddy gets turned around and goes the wrong way.
And pulls a Jim Marshall? He's going the wrong way.
You would not want Teddy Roosevelt on special teams if you're opening up your NFL training camp right now.
He's already got the helmet head. Poor Teddy.
Here's Zimmerman.
I want to adopt Teddy.
You already have a considerable number of large creatures in your house. Why do you
my kids or my dogs?
Not the dogs.
The dogs. That's true.
Zimmerman, look out, locked and loaded, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
He's 2 for 2 today. As he's swinging the bat great. Ryan Zimmerman right now, 124 hits.
Well, we used to say to the pitchers when it was hit like this, watch your onion, which means your head. And this is right at you. Look out.
Ryan Zimmerman's batting .297 now. And again, with Adam Dunn coming up, David Eckstein's brother, Rick, has to love what he's seeing from one of his prized pupils right now. Jorge Cantu just passed up Hanley Ramirez to go play up the middle on the unique Freddie Gonzalez Adam Dunn shift. They take the third baseman and put him where the shortstop would be playing on the shift.
What they moved Ugla from 20 feet into the grass into the infield.
I guess that's because there's a runner aboard and they'd like to turn two. You can't turn a double play from 50 feet out in right field.
I'd like to see them try.
Adam could beat that out. Could be a bang-bang play, but he'd be safe. 1-1.
All right, hang one of those big breaking balls so we can get back in this game.
All the big guys in the league who get on base many, many different ways. Dunn takes it 2-1. He walked on a 3-2 pitch back in the first inning to load the bases. He's having a hard time doing anything with his off-speed stuff.
Yeah, and Volstad sells the changeup quite well. It's all about arm speed.
Adam Dunn to center field. He didn't get it. And back to get it, Cody Ross for the first out. You just didn't hear that contact that you need to hear on a home run ball.
End of the barrel, off the end of the bat. Gets a good swing on this fastball, but it's far enough on the end of the bat where it's hit hard, but right to Cody Ross. Great job on the Expo. Think he's got enough eye black on?
I was just about to ask you the same thing. Man.
Now where's the sun?
Cody Ross has war paint on today. Well, that sky does have some glare to it. And I noticed right as Adam Dunn stepped in, the skies to the west of us are brightening considerably. We might have some sunshine in the way. 1-on-1 out, Willingham the batter. Josh hitting into a damaging inning-ending 6-4-3 double play in the first with the bases loaded.
Now Cody's ready. He's got the eye black and the sunglasses. He's ready if the sun comes out. There you go.
Well, you have to be ready. You can't get caught unawares. Look at that. He looks like Cochise Ross, not Cody Ross today. Nice look. That's 3-0 to Willingham. Willingham just 2 for 9 in the series against his former team. Nats are down by 6. Somebody needs to get a big blow here. Runner going, hit and run zone, and Willingham lines it foul into the corner. Jim Riggleman not just going to sit there all day and wait. He wanted to make something happen right there, knowing the pitcher didn't want to walk Josh, and he would most probably throw it right over the plate. That might be a call on 3-2 as well. The risky run here is to strike him out, throw him out, double play.
But the one thing that we've seen from Jim Riggleman is he is aggressive. He likes to start the runners.
Proactive.
He's very proactive. Yes, sometimes his ideas may fail, but I like the fact that he's doing different things. Some of these guys do need a head start.
He's running, and Willingham fouls him. I mean, it's not like one move is going to keep you from taking over first place. It's a different situation here. The Nationals have won 10 of 21 games under Jim Riggleman. They're 36-72. We told you folks last week in Milwaukee, shut down the websites and the emails comparing this club to the 62 Mets. That's outside. Willingham with a good at bat. He's aboard. 2 on, 1 out. Second walk issued by Chris Volstad.
Well, no, this team, and from day one, we knew it was going to be a fantastic offensive type team. But now you have to start thinking about the pitching. And you could draft all the first rounders you want. You need veterans. You need guys that know how to go around the league 2, 3, 4 times. And when they don't have their best stuff, can pitch.
Here's Elijah Dukes. You see nothing but breaking stuff. First pitch, fastball, and a base hit. Listash sending Zimmerman. Coughlin's throw. Not in time. And the Nats are on the board.
Away, Zim.
Good aggressive coaching by Pat Listash. Elijah Dukes got a fastball. And he knows when he sees a heater, he better be jumping on it. So a good sequence for the Nats here with the walk and the base hit.
Well, it's a great job right there by Elijah. It wasn't a curveball, so he wails on it, pulls it through the hole. I love this. Pat Listash sending Zimmerman, and he beats the throw.
And when you slide spikes first into a catcher or an infielder, a lot of times no contact's made with the ball by the fielder. He slid right through the catcher.
Yep.
And now Josh Bard was pumping. We'd like to see more guys go into second base like this.
Well, and you saw his shin go up against the shin guard as he tried to block home plate.
Josh Bard pops it out of play. And the count's 0-2. Saul Rivera is back. Didn't take him long to find DC. Now the Nationals have an 8-man bullpen. We've remarked how the Marlins are operating with a 9-man pen right now. Bard takes it. Ball 2. The Nats are a little short on the bench. Other than your backup catcher, Wilmy Avis, the Nats only have 3 position players. Clippard, Vallone, McDougal. And Mike McDougal's into double figures in saves now with 10. Bard strikes out on a pitch that left the strike zone up and away. 2 outs. And a big spot for Alberto Gonzalez, who hit the ball in the air first time up. He's 6 for his last 54. Pitcher spot is due next. And there is the new Nat,
Padilla.
Jorge Padilla. Hit the ball opposite way, lined out to right in his major league debut last night. Gonzalez goes deep to left field. That ball is still traveling. It's off the wall. 2 runs will score. It's a brand new ball game, 6-3. And somebody pulled the trigger on the fireworks on a ball that stayed in the park. But Washington has cut the deficit in half.
That was a big bang. Go ahead, let off some fireworks. Same guy pulled the trigger on that one game that wasn't over.
Yeah.
Well, great job right there by Gonzo. He usually hits it the other way, gets it inside. He's got home run potential. Coughlin smashes into the wall, and 2 runs come in, and there's still only 1 out.
Now the Nats will switch off and leave Logan Kensing in the game. Well, now that they've got some runs and Kensing is pitching well, he's going to have his second at bat in 2 innings here.
Well, when we do come back and get the lead, I don't even know if you can use McDougal today.
He saved 4 games in a row.
Yeah, I mean, you can't wear out McDougal to the point where, you know, he's not usable for 3-4 days. So.
Well, Rob Dibble said it, folks. This game has a long way to go, far from over. And you never know when a pitcher might run into one. On a play right side.
these type of games builds character, and this team has a lot of character. I like watching the Nationals and what they become. But you got to go out there and get some pitching for them next year.
Kensing fouls one, and the count's 0-2.
And you know I've said this. I'm a big proponent in this. I'd rather save the 15, 20 million that you might give to Strasburg and go give it to a pitcher that deserves it, that could come in here and help this team. We'll get a veteran out there in the free agent market.
So you're not of the opinion, like many are, that if the Nats don't sign Strasburg, it's a disaster?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Little pop-up right field, and Dan Uggla circles out to get it. The Nats have a good inning. They're back in the ball game. 3 runs on 3 hits and a walk. Having fun at the ballpark, and here's our Aflac trivia as we go top 5. Which pitcher won the Marlins' inaugural season opener?
Livan Hernandez? No. Now, Livan came a little bit later. I think it was Alex Fernandez. No, he came later, too. What was their inaugural season? 94?
I'll check it.
Maybe 93? I know Charlie Huff was on that team.
93. Yeah. And Charlie Huff, if I remember correctly, was their so-called ace at that time. Let's go with
Ryan Harvey was on that team. Trevor Hoffman was on that team.
Let's go with the old knuckleballer. What do you think?
Sure.
Well, nobody's fooling Hanley Ramirez today. He's 3 for 3. And he's hit the ball extremely hard 3 times. He's going to be batting up around 345 after these 3 at bats. He leads off the 5th with a base hit. The Nationals have played the Marlins in a couple of season openers. This past year at home for the Marlins when John Lannon was beaten. And 2 years ago, the Marlins won 9-2 here when Dontrell Willis beat John Patterson. Cantu 0 for 1 with a sac fly. Hanley Ramirez is not running as much now as a number 3 hitter as he used to as a leadoff man.
All right, their starters were Jack Armstrong, Ryan Bowen, Chris Hammond, Charlie Huff, and Pat Rapp.
Pat Rapp.
They had a bullpen of Chris Carpenter, Trevor Hoffman, Joe Klink, Richie Lewis, Rich Rodriguez, Matt Turner, and Brian Harvey was the closer. He had a great forkball.
And that's not the Chris Carpenter who pitches now.
That was the
puncher from Georgia.
Yep.
The runner going. Pitches a ball. Throw is right there. And Belliard dropped it. Trying to swipe the tag too quickly. Second steal of the day for Ramirez, 18th of the year.
As Bob said, Bart comes up, great throw. And then the quick tag, he went to make the tag before he completed the catch.
Runners at second, nobody out.
Great Exmo action.
Cantu has flied out to center field twice. One for a sac fly. And a pop-up right side. Could be playable. Dunn's over there with Belliard. Adam Dunn with a grab, but not an easy one. And then
nice play.
Makes to third base. Well, he was a quarterback.
So he throws a pass to Ryan Zimmerman. Touchdown.
Texas to Virginia, complete.
Well, you're going to watch, but this is heads up right now. He knows that Ramirez is on second, makes a quick throw. That's right on the money.
Look at Zimmerman holding the ball there.
Wow. That's right, I'm bad. That's right. I would love to see him throw a football.
I bet he's got one somewhere.
Well, they had one. Where were we? I think we were in Houston. They were throwing it around. We got half a football team on this team. Willingham, Dukes, Zim. Niger could be a wide receiver. Ronnie Belliard could be a pulling guard.
One-0 to Ugla. He went the other way for a double last time. 2 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon in our nation's capital. The traffic on 395 is moving. In an hour, it won't be. But we have a clear view up that way as things are brightening up a little bit here on a Thursday afternoon. It's important for Kensing to keep the Marlins from scoring any further. Can he do it? That'll help. A ground ball, the Belliard sharply hit, 2 outs. Ramirez at third with John Baker coming up. Tomorrow night, Miller Lite Party Night in Nettstown. $20. $22 for a premium game. You get a scoreboard pavilion seat and a free drink at the bar. Soda, water, or beer. Pre-game music. Post-game fireworks. 888-632-NATS or nationals.com. John Baker 0 for 2. A big out to get here. And a breaking ball driven to right. Dukes going back. He's going to watch it leave the ballpark. And the Marlins lead 8-3. That negates 2 of the Nats' 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, this is what you didn't need right here. It's a bad breaking ball. Baker gets it as it's coming back and down and in on him, and as you said, gets back 2 of the 3 they just gave up.
And you could say it's a brand new ball game again. Going up hacking, Cody Ross. High in the air to center. Niger Morgan is there. And the Marlins get two very damaging runs, and halfway through the game, the Fish on top, 8-3.
Chris Hammond.
I'm going to go with Charlie Huff. April 5th of 93. But you did mention one other name.
Yeah.
That was significant on that day because Brian Harvey got the save. Look at the teal uniforms.
I think he was about 49. Good man, though. I played with him in Chicago with the White Sox.
Charlie was later a pitching coach. There's Walt Weiss.
Earl Hershiser on the hill.
Yeah, they beat him that day. Let's see. They had 42,334 at then Joe Robbie Stadium.
There's Jeff Conine.
Benito Santiago.
Cleaner. They had Chucky Carr on that team.
Scott Pose led off and played center field.
Scott Pose, ex-Red.
Brett Barbary. And then
Expo.
Yeah, he was. Jose Felix,
ex-Cardinal.
Orestes Destrada, TV star.
Yeah.
Dave Magadan, Santiago, Conine, Weiss, their starting lineup that day. Bottom of the fifth inning, Niger Morgan.
All right, back to work.
67 pitches, 41 strikes by Volstad.
Time to go back to work, get a few more.
Two and two. Morgan will slap it to the right side for Dan Uggla, 1 out.
By the way, teal was not a great color for a uniform.
Well, our spring training ballpark in Vieira is where the Marlins trained, and the Nats did a paint job on that thing. I'm thinking it was 3 years ago to wipe out the teal and give it a navy blue and red motif.
Thank you.
And we were all very happy about that.
Yeah.
Here's Ronnie Belliard, 1 for 2. The Marlins didn't play till '93, but a new basic agreement signed between the players and baseball in '85 permitted the National League to expand by up to 2 teams.
Boop.
To match the American League's then 14 teams.
Oh, look at this.
Ronnie's taking a chance here. He's safe. And Ronnie Belliard has turned into a hustling ball player here lately. He's having some fun out there, getting lots of at-bats and repetitions.
Well, he is out of control right here. Off a can two. It slowly goes into left field. Takes a little while for Coughlin to come up with this ball. See it off of his thigh right there. And then, Ronnie, I'm going to take second base. Uggla misses the tag.
They've given an error to Cantu on that ball.
That was a bullet. That's a hit. And he's not normally a third baseman.
All right, here's Ryan Zimmerman, 2 for 2 today. And the Nats could take a bite out of a Marlin lead again. Zimmerman, deep left field. See you later. It's 8-5. And Ryan Zimmerman is on a tear.
The Ziminator. Well, we talked about the 22 home runs and 22 starts that Volstad has given up this year. This game is very doable. This looks like a changeup to a righty. Not a good thing. Bye-bye. Our cameramen catching the changeup grip in the glove.
The teams trade 2-run homers here in the 5th inning. Here's Adam Dunn.
Ryan Zimmerman, look at that.
He is red hot. That's his 23rd of the year. Within one of his career high. And he now has 73 RBIs.
Come on, big boy. Go out there and get that fastball.
Second homer of this series, 3 for 3 today, making him 4 for 7. The Nats have now hit 104 home runs on the year, and right-hander Tim Wood.
Well, they got plenty of ammunition on that bullpen with 9 pitchers.
Adam Dunn was on that pitch, and he fouled it straight back.
Let's get a couple more before we dip into that pen.
Been a series of home runs. 4 of them in this ballpark last night. And Dunn hits it hard. It hits the bag.
Get there.
And Adam Dunn will have a base hit. Well, remember when the balls were hitting the bag against the Nats?
Oh, yes, I do. Golf clap.
Adam Dunn gets a single here with 1 out in the 5th.
Well, this is a shot off the bag, but watch that little Dan Uggla out there in right field. He's going to come over here, hustle, and almost make the play. Always have to hustle in this game.
And here's Josh Willingham in a big spot. Josh 0 for 1 with a walk. And the Nats are just battling and battling to get back at the Marlins. Willingham to the up in left center.
Come on.
That ball hit
Dunn.
for the wall. Adam Dunn coming to third. Listash will hold him. As Coughlin got it back in quickly. And the Nationals continue to punish Chris Volstad, who's having a hard time getting his 5 innings for a win. They may get him out of this game.
Well, that's a fastball in. That's not in enough. And he's ready for it. Willingham, that's going to do it. Freddie Gonzalez has seen enough.
The Nats on 9 hits knock out Volstad, who gets 8 runs to work with and cannot pitch 5 innings to get a W. Elijah Dukes is coming up with the runners at second and third and a 1 out here in the 5th inning. And the Never Say Die Nats are at it again. With the Marlins here, 8-5, 2 on, 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning. And Jim Riggleman, over the last 12 ball games, has seen a real surge in offense, winning 8 of those games, nearly 7 runs a game, hitting 300 plus, even better with runners in scoring position, 18 homers, and lots of extra base hits. And throwing a couple of Guzman triples too. Rookie right-hander Tim Wood, 26 years of age, 6 foot 175. He's appeared in only 4 games and 8 innings, 5 hits, but no runs. It's about time Dukes or somebody put some runs on his major league resume. Elijah with a big RBI hit last time up. Breaking ball misses. Dunn's at third, Willingham at second with only 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. And Dukes hacks one foul. When he sees a fastball, he's pumping. Saul Rivera's been ready for a while, and Ron Vallone now. Saul Rivera, it takes him about 10 pitches from the time he stands up to get ready for a ball game. Dukes looks at a nasty breaking ball that just misses. 2-1. This is a 44th rounder from the draft 7 years ago. Nick Johnson circling.
Go,
He makes the catch. You got to send the runner. That's going to be a sac fly. Adam Dunn scores easily. Nick Johnson made a good play. And we know that Nick does not have a good time going back on foul balls.
And does not have a strong throwing arm. And sometimes it's better to not catch that ball going out towards right field. You're going to watch Nick Johnson catch the ball. It's the right thing to do. Yet, off balance, can't make a strong throw, and Adam Dunn scores easily. Willingham goes to third.
Now it's an 8-6 ball game. And Josh Bard could make it a 1-run affair. So only one Nationals run in this inning will be earned, no matter how many they score. When's the last time you saw a sac fly to the first baseman? Josh Bard, 2 strikeouts today, looking for his 21st RBI. And he's going to get it. Right center field. It's an 8-7 game. Bard can't run because of the groin injury, but he got a great hack. And the Nationals are back to within one.
I think the Marlins think they're already in Philly the way we're swinging the bats. They got to be going, are these the Phillies or the Nationals?
There's Alberto Gonzalez. Alberto almost left the yard with a 2-run double last time. Off the left field wall. Tying runs on base. Hard to believe, isn't it? The Nats 3 in the 4th. 4 more here in the 5th. 3 of them unearned, taking advantage of the error. And Jorge Padilla's on deck for the 2nd time today. They won't leave Logan Kensington this time. He's pretty much done for the day, having pitched 3 1/3 innings.
Not hard for me to believe. Last 12, they're averaging the Nationals 7 runs a game. So there's your touchdown right there.
And as we mentioned a moment ago, hitting .304 with runners in scoring position.
And now you got the bullpen in the game. I could see you scoring another 7. I stepped out for a second. I'm thinking to myself, fresh fish. As the guys coming in from the bullpen.
Wow. Well, it's about time the Nats gave these guys a dose of their own medicine.
Agreed.
The Nats are doing to them what they did to the Nats for 10 games in a row going back to last year. Gonzalez with a chopper that Ramirez has to wait for. And the Nationals are gone in the 5th inning, but they put 4 runs on the board. 3 of them unearned. Ryan Zimmerman drove in 2 with his 23rd of the year.
Never quit, and I think, Manny Acta was the same way. He always believed in this ball club. I think we've believed in this ball club. They have to believe in themselves, and offensively they can stick it to anybody. They've been showing the last couple of weeks that they can be on any field with any team, but you need some defense, and they still have to shore that up, and you need pitching. You have to have pitching in this league to win. That's why you saw teams like the Phillies go after a guy like Cliff Lee. You saw what the Cubs did at the trade deadline. You saw the Detroit Tigers go out and get Jared Washburn. So if you don't have pitching, it's hard to stick in this league.
Ron Vallone against Jeremy Hermida. 6th inning underway with a strike. Busy box scores will be scrolling by for both teams today. Well, Logan Kensing, with the exception of one home run pitch, really did a good job for the Nats. 3 1/3 innings. And to a certain extent, despite giving up the 2-run shot to John Baker in the 5th, he did settle the ball game down and at least stop the Marlins' momentum for the most part. He gave up only 3 hits that whole time. Didn't walk anybody, 1 strikeout. And Valone takes over now. And they have Josh Johnson on deck to pinch hit. Hey, why not? The guy's hit 3 homers this year. And he hit 1 here in his start on Tuesday night. That's what you can do if you have a great hitting pitcher and you're a position man short. Josh Johnson has not made a pinch hitting appearance this year. Valone to Hermida. And a good breaking ball away for the strikeout.
Well, it takes me back to that Zimmerman home run against Volstad. I mean, that's why you don't throw changeups to righties, righty on righty. Northrop Grumman on the big breaking ball. Take that back to the bench with you. Don't make a mistake with this big kid.
First career pinch hitting appearance for Josh Johnson. And a funny thought just struck me. I mean, he's a left-handed batter.
Don't throw him a changeup down and in.
Exactly. But if he was a right-handed batter, would you change pitchers to pitch to the opposing pitcher?
No.
How crazy would that be?
You have to take the shot that this guy isn't going to get lucky on this one at bat. This could be a tie game. You could go extra innings. You've already had McDougal pitch an awful lot lately.
I'll correct one thing. Josh Johnson's first pitch hitting appearance this year, but in the past, 6 hits.
He's every bit as scary as Carlos Zambrano with a bat in his hand. And I know that Lou will use Zambrano when he's not pitching as a pinch hitter.
Now I'm looking at the official league stats. They don't have him doing that, but the guy can hit. That's the bottom line, whether he's done it this year or not. That ball will be out of play. No chance for Zimmerman. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And 3-2 to the big pitcher. He'll take a walk. Ron Valone walks an opposing pitcher pinch hitting. We're going to see a parade of relievers for both of these ball clubs today. Craig Stammen went 1 2/3 for the Nats. Chris Volstad 4 1/3 for the Marlins, who gave him 8 runs of support. One out, and Coughlin has been a thorn in the Nats' side. They'll do well to get 1 out here. And Ronnie Belliard was nowhere near the bag when he caught that ball. I know there's a neighborhood play, but you got to be somewhere near the bag. And that's a big mistake by Ronnie. I don't know, maybe he was,
I don't think he thought the play was the second.
Was gonna go first.
Exactly. I don't think Ronnie thought for a second that Gonzalez would come back across and throw to second. You see the excuse me hit right there? Yeah, I think it shocked Ronnie that he threw it to second.
Yeah, but he's got to stay on that bag.
Well, the ball is hit so softly, I think Ronnie Belliard was thinking, there's no way you're coming to me. Nowhere near the bag. Those are mistakes you can't make.
They've given Coughlin a hit on the play.
That's not a hit. He would have been out at first.
looked like Belliard was looking to first to turn a double play, but you got to get the front end. And so a mistake by the Nats. 2 on, 1 out. Now Nick Johnson coming up. And Saul Rivera is warming up again. Yeah, now they're going to say fielder's choice. For some reason they had put hit up on the board.
Well, Ron Vallone walked the pitcher. I don't care if he's a pinch hitter or what. So now you got to try to pick up your team right here and get a ground ball.
Keeping the ball inside on Nick Johnson, who's done great this year against lefties, driving it the other way. Ball 2. 1 walk's gotten the Nats in hot water here. You cannot walk this man with Hanley Ramirez coming up.
You can't walk guys, period. Coming out of the bullpen, you got to throw strikes. You know, you've battled back 7 runs in the last 2 innings. You don't want to keep giving back these runs.
Two-0 to Johnson. And the Nats will have to bring in a right-hander against Hanley Ramirez. Probably, whether there's 1 out or if Vallone does get Nick, unless it's a double play. That guy, Ramirez, swinging the bat great today.
You got to challenge Nick. You can't worry about Nick hitting a home run with a pitcher on second.
Well, he's only hit 6 all year.
And the guy coming up next is on fire. Contained him for a couple of games, but the real Hanley Ramirez has come to play today.
Three and 1. And the bases are loaded. Nick Johnson walks for the 69th time this year, and Ron Vallone's pitched his way out of this game. He retires only 1 of 4 batters. Should have had 2, and Jason Bergman coming in. It's a long time to stand around at the Red Loft and watch a game like this. We've been in progress for almost 2 hours. It's only the top of the 6th inning. Both teams featuring poor pitching today. And the bases are loaded. One out for Hanley Ramirez. He's 3 for 3. Jason Bergman had him swinging in the first one, and Ramirez thought he was going to get a fastball.
He had a cutter.
It was a cutter that got him right off the end of the barrel. One of the biggest outs last night was John Lennon getting Ramirez on a double play ball in the 5th inning.
Hanley's got some teal in his shoes.
Yes, he does.
I like that. Not the shoes, the pitch.
Oh.
It's the first real solid pitch I've seen thrown by one of our guys today. Get him off the plate. He doesn't have to like it.
Look at those guys getting their 3-hit ball games this year.
Matt Kemp having a great year with the Dodgers.
1 ball, 1 strike. Up and in again.
Now you got to throw some strikes.
He didn't get a 2-1 fastball, did he?
No, he got a 2-1 cutter. Bergman's got some great stuff. You can't be afraid to throw it.
And Ramirez pops it up. Short center field.
This isn't going to score the runner.
No, that's a pitcher who's not running. Hit the cutoff guy. And it's a good thing the cutoff guy was 6'7".
6'6", 6'7". He still had to jump.
And that's a huge out.
Yep.
Now we'll see if Bergman can get Cantu. And the Marlins have done some things to hurt themselves today. They had a runner at third with 1 out in the 3rd, and Cody Ross popped up. So here's Bergman against Cantu, 0 for 2 with a sac fly.
I truly believe the Marlins were looking past this series to the Phillies and can't believe they're in a street fight. The Nats are giving them everything they can handle.
Former Nat Brian Sanchez warming up out there.
Come on, Bergie. This guy.
Johnson, Coughlin, and another Johnson at first base. 1-1. Cantu pulls it. It is going foul. If you're going to be Steve Bartman, you better bring a glove. Steve Bartman, of course, one of the most popular men in the history of Florida baseball. They were playing the Cubs when all that happened. And now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
All right, whatever that pitch was, don't throw that again. Fastball up.
Bergman can throw in the 90s. A breaking ball popped up. Nyjer Morgan is there. And Jason Bergman does a fantastic job of bailing out the Nats in the 6th inning. down. Hurley, Zimmerman hitting the ball beautifully, scoring in the 4th inning on a hit by Elijah Dukes. And
huge double.
Gonzalez got the big double. And then Zimmerman goes deep, Rob, and it's been pretty good hitting from there.
Well, it is, and you see Bolstad miss so many times on the inner half to the righties and paid dearly for it. That's when you know you're going good. That guy was staked to a 6-0 lead. And now it's a 1-run ball game, and we're into the bullpen. So, very winnable ball game for the Nationals today.
Out hitting the Marlins 10-9. Ryan Sanchez pitched for Washington last year. The Nats saw him last night in the 5th inning. He pitched a scoreless 5th, giving up a walk to Elijah Dukes. And the Nats will counter with Jorge Padilla in his 2nd Major League at bat, leading off here. And then Morgan and Belliard. And Jason Bergman, by the way, is enjoying his best streak of relief pitching in a Nationals uniform. 2 huge outs against quality hitters to keep this a 1-run game.
We get Jorge Padilla.
Lined out to right in his Major League debut at bat last evening. He goes fishing for a breaking ball. He was leading the International League in 2 categories. Batting average .367, on base percentage .424 in 95 games at Syracuse before called up yesterday as Austin Kearns went on the DL. He gets jammed and pops it straight up. Cantu for an easy out. That's a hitter way too overeager.
A little anxious.
Swung at a ball way outside and then at a ball on his hands. And we go to the top of the order now. Morgan, followed by Ronnie Belliard. Morgan is 1 for 3 today and only 2 for 9 in the series. It's about time he lined one somewhere and just took off running. They have to play him shallow. Tyler Clippard's been a busy reliever lately. He'll be the 5th Nationals pitcher of the day. And by the way, the Phillies have scored a go-ahead run on a home run by Paul Bacco and tacked on another. They lead Colorado now 3-1 in the 6th inning up in Philly.
There's an old catcher's name from the past.
Now there's a veteran guy who you'd like having on your ball club.
Yep, absolutely. He's got a lot of big pitchers, some Cy Young Award winners. Well, Bacco gets a shot because they traded Marson and let Coast go.
That is a strike. Morgan took off, but he got thrown out. Nats host the 5th annual blood drive in partnership with the Red Cross here Saturday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Nationals Park Conference Center, rooms 3 and 4. Donors will receive a Nationals collectible T-shirt, 2 tickets to an upcoming game, and the opportunity to win more. There will be player appearances and autographs, and you can make an appointment by calling 1-800-GIVE-LIFE or visiting my-redcross.org. Parking available for all donors in Parking Garage C here at the ballpark on Saturday. Here's Ronnie Belliard with the bases empty and 2 outs. You think anybody in the first base dugout would like to see him get aboard for the guy on deck?
I think every one of them. And everybody wearing red in this house.
12 games with the Nats last year. Sanchez a 7.36 ERA. With the Marlins, better with regular work, ERA 0.92. Pretty close. And Belliard will take that one way inside.
It's a good take by Ronnie there.
And if Sanchez is thinking, and we know he is, he knows who's on deck. He has to challenge this hitter.
Well, Ronnie's got a big hole up the middle. Hanley Ramirez is playing him to pull. Uggla's playing him to pull.
And Belliard works for the walk. That's big. It could be huge. Sanchez came close to having Belliard struck out on a 1-2 pitch. Ronnie gets the walk, and here's Zimmerman 3 for 3 and batting .298.
Well, Volstad tried to take something off the pitch on the changeup. And paid dearly. Didn't get any change in return.
Ryan Zimmerman's career high 24 home runs 2 years ago when he drove in 91. Right now he's sitting on 23 and 73. He has scored 80 runs now, which is second only to Albert Pujols in the National League. Big fella on deck. A formidable middle of the lineup these days. Zimmerman, Dunn, and Willingham. Whew. Off-speed pitch. It was hanging up and in. 2-1.
Well, there's a reliever that wasn't paying attention. Threw a changeup inside on Zimmerman again and just got lucky with it.
Way outside. Ryan Zimmerman had a 28-game hitting streak the last time he got 4 hits in a game. May 11th at San Francisco when he went deep twice. He's going to get something to work with here, hopefully, with Adam Dunn next. One pitch. That was a swing to make it 9-8.
Well, 89-mile-an-hour fastball. Zim was all over it.
Belliard's at first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Nats are down 8-7. With the runner going, another walk. Zimmerman on for the 4th time today. And now it's a right-hander, left-hander matchup. The Florida bullpen is idle.
And Mark Wiley is going to make an appearance. Well, Adam has to be very particular about what he swings at right here, because this guy is nibbling. He just nibbled his way right through Zimmerman and walked him. I just think Mark Wiley wants to make sure Sanchez knows exactly what he wants to throw, and there's no doubt.
tying run now is at second base. Both teams doing pretty well, especially the Nats with runners in scoring position today. The Marlins have done some bad situational hitting that has cost them a couple of runs. They could have a bigger lead in this game, even though they've already scored 8. Sun shining brightly now. 78-mile-an-hour changeup. Who throws changeups up that high?
The guy who's scared to death and was just told to throw nothing but soft stuff to the big man.
Wow. Now Uggla's out in right field. This time they leave Jorge Cantu over by third, and that's Hanley Ramirez up the middle. They switch off their defense. That was a fastball from Sanchez, 89. 0-2 pitch. Contact needed.
Adam did a good job right there. They went changeup, fastball, then came back with another fastball. Changeup.
Adam Dunn in this series, 3 for 9, 2 homers, 3 RBIs, 2 walks. And a 1-2 delivery. A change up. Count is even. Sanchez got the first 2 batters of this inning quickly. He walked Belliard after having him 1-2. He walked Zimmerman. He's working extremely slowly and deliberately to Adam Dunn, with a dangerous batter on deck. Dunn making contact, fouling off some good pitches, enhancing his chances of running into one or being walked here. Fastball low. 3-2. This guy's batting eye is amazing. And now the runners will be moving.
How you take this pitch 2-2, I do not know. But maybe the best pitch in this at bat that Sanchez threw.
Runners moving. Adam Dunn on a 3-2 pitch strikes out on a changeup. The Nats lead 2. They've stranded 6 into the 7th inning in an 8-7 game. job Jason Bergman did, Rob, in the 6th inning.
Yeah, this was fantastic. You come in, you got to face Hanley Ramirez. You get him to pop it up to short center field. And then you get Jorge Cantu to fly out to Nigel Morgan. So 2 fly balls to center field, but right in the middle of a very tough Marlins batting order. Great job by Jason Bergman putting out the fire.
All right, 7th inning. Now time to step on that fire and keep it from reigniting the rest of the day. That'll be the job of Tyler Clippard here. Uggla, Baker, and Ross in the Florida 7th. Dan Uggla doubled in 3 trips today. 4 for 7 in the series. Clippard challenging him. Foul ball straight back. And that fastball stays upstairs, 2-1. When Uggla hit 27 home runs his first year in 06, it was a major league record for a rookie second baseman. All 3.
There's a changeup to a right-hander. Burned him in Milwaukee.
And somebody from the Florida dugout's been tossed. There's been a lot of yapping from over there. And I think they're mad about that pitch that Sanchez threw to Belliard that wasn't called for a strike. And it looks like Freddie Gonzalez, the manager's been tossed. Florida manager ejected here with a count of 3-1 to the leadoff man in the 7th. And this has nothing to do with this at bat. This goes back to the last half inning and those 2 walks. Oh boy. And then Clippard walks Uggla. And Rob, the other pitch I can think of might have been the 2-2 to Adam Dunn, that fastball that he took for ball 3. It's like in soccer, when somebody gets a red card, they write their name down. They call that getting booked.
Yep. Well, he's got to fill out a report, send it to Bob Watson, the Lord of Discipline with Major League Baseball.
Does he have to give highlights of the conversation?
Absolutely. Every detail, actually. Because if you appeal a fine or a suspension, you get your day to be heard. The arbitration process with your side and the umpire's side.
Here's John Baker, who homered last time up off Logan Kensing. And Clippard's having a hard time finding home plate. And lefties have done nothing with him this year.
Well, but he should be dominating the righties with the stuff that he has.
And Baker will sky one to right for Elijah Dukes. The conditions have changed here now. Elijah makes an adjustment, and hanging around halfway from first to second was Dan Uggla there.
Uggla didn't know if he was going to catch it or not, so he was hanging out in the only place he could, which was about no man's land halfway between first and second. Almost paid for it.
And Rob, you talked earlier about, Cody Ross had his eye black on. He had the sunglasses. Outfielders, even when it's cloudy, have to be prepared for changing conditions.
Oh, this is a rough sky now. It's not a flat sky. It is blinding.
The conditions are totally different than the ones under which this game started. There's a pitch up and in that moves Cody Ross off the plate.
Well, and Tyler Clippard, after he did the 4 great innings against San Diego, where he set the record for striking out 7 guys, came back the next outing, gave up 2 earned runs, 1 on the home run, and then came back against Pittsburgh, gave up another home run, and then he had 3 great innings against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he saved the game with that double play ball. That 1-2-3 with the bases loaded. The Nats exploded for 8 runs after that. Got the split there, came here, beat the Marlins the first 2, fell behind 6-0 today, and now it's 8-7. Two and one. Luis Ayala, the former Nat, pitched a scoreless 6th inning here last night. And a breaking ball that was hanging a bit, but he didn't hit it that well. And Josh Willingham has it for the 2nd out.
All right, now let's look at Tyler Clippard's pitching foot where he pushes off the rubber. That stuff's called shoe goo right here, and that's to protect the leather. You put that on with a little blade or whatever, and because normally you just have leather spikes and the leather wears out and you get a hole in your shoe. There you see him digging and twisting and turning in the dirt, pushing off the rubber. Ruins your shoes. So there's a substance, it's hard plastic that adheres to the leather.
Now Jeremy Hermida with 2 outs. He's 1 for 3 today with a base hit. Ugla doesn't do lots of running. Only 1 attempt this year successful. And Clippard misses away to Hermida.
They used to have this big metal plate that you actually screwed into the bottom of your pitching shoe, the one you pushed off the rubber with, and then it actually tied in with this big leather piece that was attached to the metal to the rest of your shoe. Kind of bulky.
Would pitchers take that off when they went up to hit?
No, it was permanent. Once you screwed it into the bottom of your shoe, that was there forever.
Okay, but I thought maybe they'd change shoes for an at-bat so they could at least run.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a small piece. Okay. About the size of...
Nigel Morgan's going to run it down, and the 7th inning is over. A fly ball to each outfielder. Time to stretch on a long afternoon at Nationals Park in an 8-7 game.
Home runs. He's driven in 17. The 21-year-old leads the Carolina League with 113 hits. And meanwhile, in AAA, Ian Desmond has been dynamic as well. The Syracuse shortstop is batting a combined .305 with 16 doubles, a triple, 6 homers, and 22 runs batted. And he's also had 17 stolen bases in 62 games between Syracuse and Harrisburg. And in Syracuse, he's hitting .303 since being promoted on July 16th. So a lot of good things happening down on the farm. Fellas?
Thank you, Debbie. And Greg Veloz, who the Nats got from the Mets, a 6'1" switch hitter. He's averaged 30 stolen bases last couple of years. He'll be reporting to Potomac. And here we go to the bottom of the 7th. Josh Willingham. Josh today a walk, a double, 2 runs scored, 3 for 10 in the series. Still looking for his first RBI in this 3-game set against his former teammates. And that little pop fly will go to Dan Ugla. Elijah Dukes will be next. Sean Burnett for the 8th. Marlins will have their pitcher spot due up first. And they haven't used any of their extra men yet, thanks to the Josh Johnson pinch hitting appearance back in the 6th. Elijah 2 RBIs today, 34 on the year, with a base hit to left and a sac fly caught by Nick Johnson well down the right field line. Dukes trying to pull that breaking ball. One final in. Cleveland beat Minnesota today at home, 2-1. And Duke swings through another pitch. Well, they just keep the ball away from him. He seldom sees anything in or half.
Well, that's why I keep saying, and Frank Robinson, Hall of Famer, told me this, the reason he stood so close to the plate was so that he could cover that outside breaking ball.
And Dukes hits one to left field. Did he get it? Yes, he did. This game is tied. Elijah Dukes with his 7th of the year, a 3 RBI day, and the Nats have battled back finally to tie this game.
Very nice to have Elijah Dukes back, and there he goes covering that outside part of the plate on the breaking ball.
He knew it. You know, that ball didn't go out by that much, but Elijah knew he got it.
Yeah.
And here's Josh Bart, who takes one up high.
He is big and strong, and he has to trust in his ability. But he can do that to the right side, too. He could kill right center field and hit home runs the other way, just like Zim.
The Nationals 2 more homers today and 105 on the year. Josh Bart pulling one, and the count's even 1-1.
Did they light off fireworks after that home run?
Yeah, they waited a little while this time. I'm glad that guy doesn't work at the White House near that button, you know.
Do they still have that button?
I don't know. But I don't know about the survival of the free world at the hands of that trigger-happy character.
I think it was Nick, when they were in there with President Bush, that was actually asking him about the button and messing with him.
He would.
I think Nick was nervous. What's that button for? Don't ask. What's that phone for? Don't ask.
Why is it red? 3-1 to Josh, who singled a big run in last time. His base hit back in the 5th made it an 8-7 game. That's inside. He'll take a walk. That's the third walk in less than 2 innings by Brian Sanchez, and they're getting their bullpen busy again. Well, folks, if you want to see some exciting baseball, come out this weekend. Carlos Tosca's going to come out here, and looks like he's going to make a double switch. He's running the ball club with Freddie Gonzalez ejected. And 888-632-NATS, Nationals.com. The Nats and the Diamondbacks this weekend. Emilio Bonifacio looks like he's going to center field. That'll push Cody Ross to right field and take Jeremy Hermida out of the game. He made the last out in the 7th inning. So the Nats have the Marlins turning some wheels here, and for the first time the lead runs on base. If you can't be here for the weekend, join us tomorrow night on Masson HD when the Diamondbacks come into town. The D-backs, lots of good young talent on that ball club.
Justin Upton,
Colin Ballister,
Mark Reynolds.
Yeah, Reynolds playing first base there. He's one of the bigger home run guys. And there's Ballister, who goes into the game 1-1 with a good 3.68 ERA. He'll be opposed by right-hander John Garland, who's 6'10". 4.26 the numbers on him. Right now the Diamondbacks have climbed out of the cellar of the NL West. They're actually 5.5 games ahead of San Diego now. They've won their last 4 games. They play at Pittsburgh tonight. There's Emilio Bonifacio, who's batting 9th now and playing center field. That moves Cody Ross over to right field and takes Jeremy Hermida out of the game. And the pitcher is former Nat Luis Ayala, who pitched a scoreless inning here last night. Alberto Gonzalez faces him.
And that's a good trend too, because Sanchez pitched a scoreless inning. He gave it up today. So bringing another guy that had a good night last night, who's going to get hammered right here. We like that. You know,
and the Nats bullpen is surviving quite nicely, despite the fact they're in day 21 of 25 consecutive days of baseball. A delayed steal by Bard, and evidently a missed sign. What is going on there? Josh Bard doesn't run well. He's got a groin injury that's been bugging him, and he was standing about 1/3 of the way to second base before taking off, and the Nats just sacrifice a runner right there.
You don't want to run yourself out of an inning right here. Somebody definitely missed a sign. Josh Bard, I don't know what he was doing, but wasn't trying to steal second. And he still hasn't gotten a second.
What are the repercussions off the field of missing a sign?
Take your money. It hurts the club. If you don't know the signs and you miss signs.
And Gonzalez is swinging at everything these days. He strikes out. He had a big hit earlier today, but he's 1 for 4. We go to the 8th. It's now an 8-8 ball game. And then on Saturday, 15,000 fans. The first 15,000 through the gates receive a free Adam Dunn bobblehead presented by PNC Bank. 888-632-NATS. Visit Nationals.com or stop by the Nationals Park box office. And we can guarantee that that bobblehead can hit the ball farther than anyone ever given out in this ballpark before. Another inning of work for Tyler Clippard, Rob. He has been a busy multi-inning guy.
And if anybody you need to get out, this would be one of them.
Bonifacio like having another leadoff hitter for them. Clippard's having a hard time getting over his fastball today, leaving a lot of pitches upstairs. Bonifacio has had his season slow down considerably, hitting 246. That's a high strike. And from this side of the plate, he's been dreadful at 218.
No, he's got an under 300 on base percentage. Do not help this guy. Make him earn it.
That was late.
It's impressive. 23,000 plus people. Businessman special on a Thursday.
A lot of campers in the house.
Yeah.
And a 2-2 count. He threw him a changeup on. It was 3-2, by the way.
Yeah.
He threw him a changeup on 2-2 and then missed with a fastball to walk him. That is unforgivable right there.
Well,
and that's going to take him out of this game. Which pitcher is going to take charge of this game? You could make an argument that the only Nats pitcher who really did today was Jason Bergman. So the Nats are deeper into their bullpen. Top of the order coming up, Coughlin. Sean Burnett should be getting the call here in a tie game. And here comes Sean. It's 8-8. runner aboard, nobody out. 8-8 the score, and this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Sixth pitcher of the day, Sean Burnett. Sean had a rough outing last night, gave up a hit, a walk, tagged with 2 runs. And Chris Coughlin, as mentioned earlier, has been really good in this series for the Marlins. 2 for 4 today, 7 for 14. 4 runs scored in these 3 games. He's been quite a find for Florida this year. Played collegiately at Ole Miss. Taken in the compensation round of the draft 3 years ago. He's showing bunt. It's in the air. Burnett has it. Oh, that was risky. Sean Burnett, he basically threw the ball down the right field line, and Ronnie Belliard saved it.
Give Ronnie a save on that play. Wow, this is a great play by Sean Burnett, but then he almost makes one of the biggest errors of the game. Right there, don't even think about it. Tried to make a heroic effort on Bonifacio, one of the fastest guys on the field. He would have been standing on third if Ronnie Belliard doesn't catch that. Maybe home.
All right, it's a big out. And here's another left-handed batter, Nick Johnson against Burnett.
Here comes Steve McCaddy.
Jorge Sosa is up again. He pitched 2 scoreless innings last night, giving up a run, striking out a couple.
Looked very good.
It looks to me like, it looks to me like when the Nats were behind earlier, Jim Riggleman was going to try to get Saul Rivera some work. But now that the ball game's on the line, he's going with the guys he knows more about. Sosa, McDougal, who has to be just about worn out, and Saul, the only available pitchers left. When your starter goes 1 2/3 innings, it makes for a long bullpen day. It's because of the grace of the Nationals offense that they are in this game. They've refused to be stopped by the Marlins today. Nick is 0 for 2 with a sac fly and a walk. His on base average is now around 415 or so, and that's 5th best in the National League. Right on the corner. 90 on the fastball by Sean Burnett.
Well, Sean Burnett works the third base side of the rubber against lefties, which means he'll start the breaking ball or a fastball middle of the plate to have it break away from a guy like Nick Johnson.
Bonifacio, 19 stolen bases this year in 26 attempts. The Marlins are 9th in the league in steals, with pretty much just a couple of guys who steal.
There's a great shot of that. His last pitch to Nick. Here you see him stepping across his body. So he does a lot of the same things that There's a lot of the same things Joe Beimel does. Stepping across his body.
The big difference between those two, about 5 or 6 miles an hour on the fastball.
Oh yeah, Sean's got a much better fastball.
And a 1-2 count here. Johnson, with that great batting eye of his, takes it 2-2.
Well, the thing about Beimel or Burnett is that it looks like to a lefty hitter, they're stepping right at him. And then the ball breaks way away from him.
Nick Johnson, base hit. Bonifacio had to slow up because the ball was right in front of him, and Nick Johnson refuses to have a hitless game as a member of the Marlins.
And we'll do it for Burnett.
This will be a double switch as Riggleman comes out to visit with Adrian Johnson.
Well, he tries to come in with a fastball, and Nick pulls it through the hole. And Guzzi got most of the day off. Christian Guzman will come in.
So Sean Burnett is gone after a third of an inning. Hanley Ramirez is coming up, and hard-throwing Jorge Sosa to face him. Nearly 3 hours ago when this game started. It's the top of the 8th inning. Christian Guzman will bat 9th on the double switch and play short. So he'll be the Nats leadoff man in the bottom of the 8th inning. Hanley Ramirez is coming up. 2 on, 1 out. And Jorge Sosa takes over. And for Sosa, his 4th appearance already for the Nats. In 3 2/3, a run on 5 hits. The big stat for him, 4 strikeouts, no walks.
Well, the big thing with Sosa is, like we've talked about, even with Jesus Colome, great stuff. Just throw it over the plate. So far, Sosa has done that. Last night was one of the reasons we won the ball game.
Sosa pitched in the 7th inning last night. And the first batter he faced was Hanley Ramirez. He got him on a ground ball to third. Ramirez today 3 for 4, 2 runs, an RBI, 2 steals.
Bonifacio and Nick Johnson on first and second.
Yeah, you'd rather it be the other way around.
With Nick clogging the bases. And
yeah. off the end of the bat. The Nats have been throwing him cutters and sliders away. Jorge Cantu is next. The Marlins have stranded 6 base runners today. So have the Nats. Florida 8 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. Nats 8, 11 and 1. The ball game about as even can be. And a 1-2 delivery now.
Got away with a hanging breaking ball right there in the zone, and you saw the numbers. Almost 450 with runners in scoring position.
One ball and 2 strikes. Fastball way upstairs. A long ball game, lots of maneuvering and managing for Jim Riggleman, Freddie Gonzalez, and now Carlos Toscadadu today. Gonzalez ejected back in the 7th. 7 Nationals pitchers, and Sosa goes breaking ball and misses low and away, 3-2.
Well, he had him 0-2, and now he's starting to get a little bit squirrely out there. Have to be convicted in what you're going to throw. Once it leaves your hand, there's nothing you can do, but you can't try to help it get by Ramirez here.
And a 3-2 pitch. Ramirez just got a tap on it. They're in the top of the ninth at Philadelphia. Phillies are trying to close out a 3-1 ball game against Colorado. Brad Lidge, well, they just did. Brad Lidge got his 21st save and won it for Cliff Lee, who's 2-0 as a Philly. They beat the Rockies 3-1. Ramirez to center field. Nyjer Morgan going back, checking his room. He's got it at the wall. Tagging and going to third is Bonifacio. Bonifacio did a pretty good job of reading Nyjer Morgan there. He went almost halfway, came back and had plenty of time to tag. 2 outs.
Well, dodged the bullet right here. 3-2. Throws another breaking ball up in the zone. Ramirez hits it to the deepest part of the ballpark. Nyjer Morgan makes a great play. Does a great job of getting it right back in, because Bonifacio, you know, he was thinking, I might be able to score from second.
Yeah, he'd be better off looking at his coach, though. Turned around 3 times to watch the ball. And here's Cantu, as the Marlins have the lead run at third base, and that's a fastball upstairs.
Actually, that was a bad breaking ball.
Oh, okay.
It was a hanging breaking ball, but yeah, it didn't break.
It's pretty hard breaking ball.
Yep. No, he throws a hard slider. He can throw in the mid-90s. That was a bad breaking ball.
Cantu pops it up. Ronnie Belliard's over there. Foul ball. 8th inning. The top of it over. And Sosa does a great job. Bottom of the 8th. Christian Guzman is on a red-hot terror. Morgan and Belliard to follow, and the Nats are all tied up. Sweep here. 8-8, they've got the advantage. Christian Guzman comes in on a double switch. He'll be leading off here in the 8th. Now, how about that red hot bat to come in off your bench?
Well, you're trying to get him a day off, and obviously Alberto Gonzalez is not swinging the bat well, so it comes up where the pitcher's got to be removed from the game. You can make a double switch. You can put a very hot batter into the lineup, and that might just be the little edge we need to win the ball game.
And then Morgan and Belliard to follow. If anybody gets on, maybe the hottest hitter in the league at this particular moment, Mr. Zimmerman.
Yeah, Ryan Zimmerman swinging a great bat, and Adam Dunn. You've got a lot of power coming up, but you also want some table setters, and they can also throw the pitchers off. You get guys on base, you start worrying about them at first or second, dancing around, maybe going to steal a base here or there. Change the way you throw a pitch to a guy like Ryan Zimmerman.
Christian Guzman hitting .471 over his last 12 games. He goes up hacking. The bottom of the 8th underway. So the dozen-game streak red hot. He's been driving in runs like crazy. Now look at those multi-hit games. Only Ichiro Suzuki, and you would guess he'd be the guy, has more. Guzman, by the way, 15 RBIs in those 12 games. He needs to be a table setter here in the 8th inning against a former teammate, Luis
Look
Ayala.
out. I think they got a cameraman.
And he lines that ball right into the camera well. No balls and 2 strikes to Guzman. That's up and in. Ayala struck out Gonzalez, ending the bottom of the 7th. And that's outside, 2-2.
Well, and Guzman's been doing such a great job with Nyjer Morgan and his addition. Nyjer can get on, steal second. This guy's such a great contact hitter. Getting a lot of RBI because of the guy in front of him. He doesn't even let it get to Zimmerman or Dunn. I'm sure they'd enjoy those 15 RBI.
2-2 to Christian. Way outside. Ayala threw him a changeup on 2-2. Now Ayala basically fastball, slider, changeup. His forte is sliders outside corner to right-handers. This will be interesting now that he's missed with the off-speed pitch. And he misses and walks Guzman. A hard man to walk. Christian Guzman's 11th walk of the year in 379 at-bats.
Well, but I also think that Christian knows from playing with Ayala what he features. He wasn't going to swing in a bad pitch. I mean, there's some hitters, they know certain pitchers can't get them out. They go up there and know, okay, this guy doesn't really have a pitch that can get me out. I'm going to look for something I can hit. If not, I'll take the walk. Right here, Nyjer Morgan's got a huge job to do. And if he can put this to the right side of the infield, not towards third base.
Morgan lays it down perfectly.
Excellent ball.
Ayala on a throw tailing near the runner. And Nyjer Morgan gets his job done. Guzman at second base, 1 out. The Nats have 2 shots with Belliard and Zimmerman.
Well, Nyjer deadens the ball perfectly. There you see the shock absorber. You got to give yourself up, take the sacrifice, move the runner on. Nyjer Morgan did a great job. Now it's up to the rest of the team to bring in that run.
Ronnie Belliard on base 3 times today, once via an error. He has a base hit and a walk. And
I still don't like that call, by the way. That ball was a smash. It hit Cantu in the thigh, 1 bounce.
I agree.
It's a tough one to take away, especially the guy hitting 209.
The one he hit real hard was turned into a 5-4-3 double play by Cantu. A generous inside strike for Ayala.
I just like the way he's playing lately. Belliard playing well defensively, but really hustling around the base pass today.
Ronnie's done something to hurt the Marlins twice in this series. He lives in Miami. And a bouncer.
Get up there.
Is up the middle.
Go.
Base hit. Scoring is Guzman. Nationals lead 9-8. They had Belliard played to pull, and Hanley Ramirez couldn't quite get there.
Ronnie Belliard puts this ball in play, doesn't let Ayala get deep into the count with his junk. Christian Guzman almost stopped at third, looked at his coach, as Bob has said, look at your base coach, and Pat Listash sends him home.
And Zimmerman could add on here. There's still only one out. And by the way, there is no activity in the bullpen. It looks like this is Sosa's game to win and save. And Belliard gets a great jump.
Who is that guy?
Ronnie Belliard, 2 for 2 in stolen bases this year. And the Nats are pressing the issue against the Marlins here, trying to put them away.
Why not? Play the spoiler. Ronnie Belliard, head down, never looks in, and steals another base.
He thought for a moment that ball had gone through. Zimmerman 3 for 3 today with 2 singles, a homer, 2 RBIs. Right off the end of the bat. The Nationals have outscored the Marlins 9-2 since it was 6-0. Almost hit Zimmerman. Ryan's getting a few more of those these days as he's up on the plate more. He's only been hit by 2 pitches all year, but the one in Pittsburgh Monday night didn't feel very good.
I'm sorry I said that. I think I said it in Milwaukee or maybe the first game in Pittsburgh that you let this guy die if he's going to kill you.
That's inside. 2-2. The Nationals have ground out, and I mean in the plural sense of grinding. They've ground out some great at-bats in this series. Grinding and grinding. And that's what Rick Eckstein and Jim Riggleman love in this ball club. Zimmerman to right field.
Get up!
That ball still flying. Off the wall. Scoring is Belliard. He's into third base, standing up. The Nationals lead 10-8.
Well, the Ziminator gets in, tucks the hands, and drives this ball the opposite way. And it just keeps carrying right over Cody Ross's head. He can't catch it. Gets by him. Ronnie scores easily, but it puts Zimmerman, and they're going to walk Dunn in scoring position on a fly ball.
The Nationals rough up their ex-teammate Luis Ayala here.
Riggleman just said something to Willingham. And watching all the unorthodox stuff lately that Jim Riggleman has been doing, I wouldn't put it past him to maybe try to squeeze one home.
Well, that would be a 3-run lead and well worth the risk.
Well, I mean, right now the Marlins are absolutely shell-shocked. They're standing around the infield with their hands on their hips. That's a perfect time for it. Not even going to get to him. Tosca's getting him out of the game.
The Nationals have knocked out Luis Ayala here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It all started with a leadoff walk after Guzman was behind in the count. A sacrifice, 2 hits and a walk later, the Nats on the verge of a knockout punch. Refreshing beer. And the great Zimmerman slide on the Elijah Dukes base hit back in the 4th.
Well, you see it right here. We'll freeze it on the leg coming through. And for the ball, don't block the plate well, Mr. Baker. And the leg gets in there. Coors Light freeze cam.
I don't think catchers block the plate anywhere near how they used to.
No, and they have the shin guards on. If he's in front of the plate, Zimmerman doesn't score.
Here's Willingham, 1st and 3rd, 1 out. A huge 3rd run out there. Willie Harris, by the way, running for Adam Dunn at 1st. And we got a man. Brendan Donnelly balks, and the Nationals lead 11-8. It's Christmas in August.
And remember all that stuff we used to do earlier in the season? Wow, the Marlins are doing it.
How about that?
Well, you won't see this every day, a balk.
Was he on the rubber when he threw the ball?
Well, I think he was on the rubber. But I think his first movement was coming up.
11-8 Nationals. Willingham now with Harris at 2nd. And that is
just foul.
So Willie Harris comes in to pinch run for Adam Dunn and then gets to walk to second base on a balk.
I was going to ask you, and just before he balked, did he give up a run yesterday?
Brendan Donnelly?
Yeah.
He was not responsible for a run, no.
Okay, so those last 2 guys, Sanchez, Ayala, great day yesterday, gave it up today. This guy, he already gave up 1. How about a couple more?
Still only 1 out of the inning. And Willingham took an RBI cut. No balls, 2 strikes. Brendan Donnelly, the 5th Florida pitcher. The Nats have employed 7.
Yeah, I know they have 9 guys in their bullpen, but I don't know how much quality they have. They just have quantity.
Oh, 2 to Willingham. 1 for 3 with a walk today. And Josh Goes to the gap in left center. A diving catch by Chris Coughlin for the second out. That ball didn't have much hook on it back to the left fielder, and Coughlin had to cover that ground himself.
Well, Coughlin knows if I don't catch this, we're in really deep trouble. Has to lay out and dive to keep it at a 3-run deficit.
Elijah Dukes is next, and his home run back in the 7th was big. It got the ball game tied for the Nats just when the offense had quieted down for a couple of innings. He goes up hacking. Looks like Elijah has a pretty simple approach at the plate these days. Take the breakers, hack on the heaters.
That's a great approach.
And if he gets a fastball early in the count, he's going to hack.
That home run, though, he hit was a breaking ball.
That's right.
Went down and got it.
And Dukes up the middle. Willie Harris scampering home.
Not gonna get him.
The Nationals lead 12-8.
And the hits just keep on coming. When you're playing well, nobody wants to be a rally killer or make that out. Elijah Dukes takes it right back where it came from. Huge hit. And it's a 4-run lead.
This is impressive to say the least.
Guys are running to the plate.
12 runs on 14 hits. A 4-run 8th, all of it against Luis Ayala.
And now have outscored them 12-2 since the second inning.
That's a pretty good late game run right there. And Josh Bart creams the ball right at Dan Uggla. An amazing 8th inning for the Nationals. 2 walks, 3 hits, 4 runs. Belliard, Zimmerman, and Dukes with RBIs, and the Nats by 4 into the 9th. Division this year. They haven't done this to the Marlins since September 2 years ago, and Jim Riggleman on the verge of a .500 record as the manager of the Nationals. This is very impressive. Willie Harris stays into play second base. That pushes Ronnie Belliard over to first base here in the 9th. Things are smiling in Netstown right now. Sosa still in the game, got 2 outs to wrap up the 8th. frustrating the Marlins, stranding 2 runners. They've left 8, but some work left, and here's Ugla.
Well, and I give a lot of this credit to Mike Rizzo as well as Jim Riggleman. He has made a lot of moves to get the right people in here, get the wrong people out of here, and give this team an opportunity to win some ball games in the last couple of months.
There's no reason now for Sosa not to come out and just throw strikes, get this game over. It's his win he's trying to nail down. He's the pitcher of record. On the inside corner for a strike. John Baker, the catcher, next, and then Cody Ross in the top of the 9th. Ugla, fair ball, right over the bag, and the ball girl didn't look at the umpire, and she touched the ball. It's a ground rule double.
I don't know even if she knew, if she looked at the umpire, what was going on. And this ball is a shot right over the bag.
Field and Cobra took a good look at it. Ugla has a leadoff double.
Pretty close to being a foul ball.
And John Baker, the hitter. That runner means nothing. 3 outs to get. 25 hits in the game. The Nats really have one available pitcher, and that's Saul Rivera. Baker 1 for 4 with a homer today. Coming up on Nats Extra with Byron and Ray, the offense is sizzling. Ryan Zimmerman is on a 10-game streak again. And some post-game thoughts from Jim Riggleman, who's thinking about one thing right now. First out here in the 9th. It's 0-2.
Well, I'd like to hear the Nats Extra guys breaking down some of the starting pitching, because this team deserves some better starting pitching. I don't know if it's in the organization or not.
They were planning on breaking down all the pitching today, but the show's only a half hour. 1-2 to Baker. Only once since moving to D.C. have the Nats overcome a deficit of 6 or more runs in this game, in this town, and that was June 7th of 06. June 17th, when they trailed the Yankees 9-2 and won the game 11-9. (12-8) Washington, top of the 9th inning. Ball 2. It's 4 o'clock in our nation's capital. Hang with us. 395's not going anywhere. We can see it from here. Traffic clogged. The bases have been clogged with Nats all day. And it's a 12-8 game that's been in progress for almost 3 hours and 25 minutes. 2-2 from Sosa to Baker. If you walk a runner or walk a batter here, they have the tying run in the on-deck circle. The Marlins not bad, but the Nationals phenomenal today with runners in scoring position.
No, this game is a long way from over. I don't think you can use McDougal even for an out.
Hard hit, but Guzman has it. big out, first of the ninth. Over to third base goes Dan Uggla. And the next hitter is Cody Ross.
Well, now you're getting to the bottom of their order, so you really got to concentrate on the hitter. Forget the guy at third. Even if he scores, you still have a 3-run lead.
Cody Ross 0 for 3 today with a walk. The pitcher's spot is next. That's a good breaking ball. They have Ross Glode in the on-deck circle. And Sosa just missing. The count's even 1-1.
See what they got left. Well, Glode's in the on-deck circle, backup catcher, and then Wes Helms, a power right-handed hitter.
Yeah, we haven't seen him once in this series.
No, we have not.
And he's always been good against the Nats. 2-1.
Well, Jorge is certainly making this interesting.
Inside half, 2-2. Ross now on a 2-2 pitch. And a pop-up right side. Willie Harris. 2 outs. And next up will be Ross Glode hitting for the pitcher.
Well, if you're Jorge Sosa, this is the man you've been waiting for all day. Attack the 27th out.
Well, one guy's standing. Ross Glode 1 for 5 today. And the Nationals 1 out away from winning their 5th ball game in a row. Fastball in there.
When you said there's one guy standing, I thought you meant Selvo Rivera. He's back up.
A bit of a war of attrition in the bullpens today. And a ball driven to left field, slicing and out of play.
Okay.
It's just a long strike, 0-2.
Okay. They're down to their last strike.
Well, these fans deserve a week like this.
And the Marlins deserve a miserable trip to Philly.
If they were looking past this series, you're right.
Great.
Target in 0-2. And a pop-up. And the Nationals, waiting for this one with Belliard, have swept the Florida Marlins.
Bye-bye.
It took 3.5 hours and worth every moment. The Nats win at 12-8. They've won 5 in a row and 9 of their last 13.